Good morning, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, Ben and Isaac and I just moved these cattle into a new paddock that this is on our lifetime lease farm. And boy, we have a view here this morning. The sheep are straight across over on that ridge, and they will be coming into here as soon as the cows get done grazing this. So the way we're grazing right now is stretching out the winter stockpile. Is in the morning we give them a nice piece of grass, and then at night we make them clean it up with a couple bales of unrolled hay. So we don't go out here and unroll hay on this beautiful stockpile. We'll let them eat what they can, and then we'll find an area that needs a little fertility, like right down against that cedar line there. I can see some broom sedge from here. And so tonight we'll unroll a hay in that broom sedge. Up here on top of this hill, though, the fertility is pretty darn good. I don't see one single plant of broom sedge anywhere. This is steep land. This is the land that some of the old timers would have plowed some of this. And we had Johnny build a new pond. Oh, it was last week, and there was a little draw that came off of a ridge. It's kind of where we put the pond at. And Johnny couldn't believe how much black dirt was down in that draw. He dug and dug and dug, and finally got it all out of there so he could put a dam in there. But he was surprised how much black dirt was there. And what it was is the old timers plowed those ridges above that pond, and all that black dirt ran down into that draw. So soil will move, and if you open it up, Mother Nature will give you a big old rain, and there went your farm, right down to the draw. And what is mortifying to me is they're still doing it. I mean, this is 2020. We still got people plowing land just west of us here. East of us. And out in that prairie, it's got just a little bit of slope to it. Some of the fields do. They're out there hauling dirt. Went by the other day, and they were hauling dirt, pickup load or dump truck loads back into the ravines that washed out this past growing season. Does that sound like that's gonna get better? No, they do the same thing every year. So they disc it in. They don't have enough dirt to disc back in. They'll haul some dirt in there, and it's like, what about maybe not plowing or leaving something on the land? If I was a crop farmer, I'd really be looking at putting some cover crops down. Keep that land covered. To me, you're not a farmer if your land's bare. That just doesn't make any sense. This is 2020. We realize that bare ground and rain gives us erosion, so keep that land covered like we're doing here. All this land's covered. If we see a bare spot, we'll take care of it right quick. Put some hay on it, put the cattle on it, and get that healed. Yesterday, Ben and Isaac and I were actually getting ready to leave the farm. We gave them a couple of bales last night, and I saw something, and I wanted the boys, Ben and Isaac, what did we do last night? We saw that cattle trail forming over there on that other side of the farm. Y'all remember what we did?
So we took a hot wire, ran it out along the cattle trail, and then back into the fence to make it hot, so they had to go around it. So they weren't going to be traveling the same trail.
Same trail. Yeah. Cows, I don't know what it is, but when they go to water, you can give them a 30-foot wide lane, and they will travel on that lane. And you'll have bare soil in that spot. So it doesn't take just a second. So when you see something forming like that, I'm really trying to, educate these young men that when you see something forming, don't let it keep going. Just take a wire and fix it.
If you think about it, 370 head traveling back and forth, that's like close to 700 times. And then plus if they go to water 3 times a day.
4 feet. And they're 900 to 1,000 pound cows. And you're going to have a cattle trail. So it's a lot easier to prevent them than it is to heal them once you have one. So keep an eye on that. We used to call these ridges over here the brush ridges. I was telling the young men last night that the landowner used to come up here deer hunting, and he could hardly get to the top of this hill. That's how much brush was in it. But with the sheep and the cattle and periodic, maybe every 2 or 3 years, coming in here just knocking the brush back with a brush hog, this has really turned into a beautiful pasture. The cattle are doing well on it. So Ben,
You can see as far as we graze.
yeah,
Everything you see here is what we graze on.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
So Ben, you're getting ready to go back to Massachusetts for Christmas.
Yeah, a little after Christmas, yeah.
What's your all's tradition for Christmas? What do you all normally do?
Well, normally we're not home for Christmas. We have really close family friends that will spend the winter in British Columbia, and so we'll be up there, and we basically will spend Christmas with them and be skiing, and but that's not a thing this year because of the whole virus.
Right.
Canada being locked down and that whole deal. So we'll be home for Christmas, or after Christmas I'll be there, but home for the holidays, I guess. And it'll be cool. I haven't been home for the holidays in, I don't even know, like maybe 6 or 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
Wow.
It was the last time we had Christmas at home, so
Okay.
yeah,
That's going to be a little different.
it'll be a little different. Yeah.
I'm sure your whole family is anxiously waiting for you to come back and spend some time with them.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. Well, we're going to miss you while you're gone, but you're going to stay here during the actual Christmas
Yep.
Day
I'll be
part.
here.
And
I'm getting out of Dodge.
this young man's going back to what's your deal in Michigan, Isaac?
I will have some family Christmases and stuff, and see some friends and such. Just kind of relax and enjoy the holidays. I'm gonna do some brush clearing while I'm back. I'm excited to do that, and we're butchering a pig too. So.
Oh, you're butchering a pig?
Yep. So
Cool.
looking forward to that.
Are you anticipating a lot of presents? Have you been a good boy this year?
Oh,
Or?
I've been just the best. Just kidding. I'm gonna get coal in my stocking, but no.
Yeah, well, that's good. You've got some siblings at home as well.
Yep.
So y'all gonna have a good Christmas. So then you'll be coming back, and then Ben will be taking off. So y'all kind of
we'll be tagging out. I'll
Yep.
be back for a day, and then he'll leave the
and then Ben takes off.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty awesome how you all worked that out. I talked to these two young guys about how the holidays, and they'd already kind of talked about it and kind of decided what they were going to do, and so that was pretty nice. And we're going to be staying around this year. We usually go down to St. Louis to Jan's side of the family, and this year we're actually going to be going to her parents, and which is close over here, not too far from Columbia, and so that'll be kind of nice. And then we go to my side of the family, my brother and his family. So for our part of the Christmas on my side. So we're looking forward to that, and just being around family and friends and partaking of some food and just having a good time. So I think the winter stockpile that we're looking at here today, folks, this is Kentucky 31, and Isaac pointed out there is quite a bit of bluegrass in here. And so the bluegrass is, of course, non-toxic. It doesn't have any endophyte in it. And so between the oak leaves, you get a little bit of tannin out of the oak leaves, but there's a lot of bluegrass. There's some clover left in here. And I think since we've been here, we haven't heard a single cow bawl.
No, not even before we moved them. They're all just standing there.
They're standing there. And it's cold this morning. We got a little skiff of snow. The snow's almost gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just barely a dust.
See it in
Yeah,
the woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the woods. You can see the snow. But we've been very fortunate. Typically, by this time of year, we can have 1 or 2 really good snows. 8 or 9, 10 inches. We've had as much as 20 inches in Thanksgiving. That was a surprise. But we're very fortunate. I think today and for the extended forecast, it's going to be in the 40s. So we'll take 40s any day of the week. But we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Ben and Isaac and I have been working on that road frontage out there that you can see in the foreground. A lot of cedars in there. Not too many thorn trees. but grapevines and just all kinds of gnarly stuff. And the landowner made just a little comment about that, and I took it to heart. He kind of liked to work on that. He's not up here enough to work on it, so we're going to clean that fence row. And we started little numerous fires along the road, just burning the brush as we go to get rid of it. And it's so tangly, you can't stack it hardly. You just
Pile it on.
Yeah, just pile it on there, and it's just gnarly. But we've got a good-looking fence row started up there. I don't think I've done anything with that fence row in probably 15 years, and so you'll see that's what it looks like. I mean, it grows up pretty quick. So with that, everyone have a great day, and be safe out there, and have a great holidays. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. And Ben and Isaac and I are enjoying a beautiful day here on Green Pastures Farm and Winter Stockpile.